Hey everyone, welcome back to IG Revision. When I gave my IMAT exam last year and I came outside, a lot of students were surprised at the stuff that they found out at the last minute. So here are some tips and information that might help you get better grades in your IMAT exam. First of all, when you get your envelope, you will have two things in that envelope. Your exam that is most likely to be not stapled, which will cause a lot of problems, and I'll also tell you how to tackle those problems. And secondly, you'll receive your paper that you have to put all of your information like your name, country, date of birth, and your citizenship. Now make sure that you don't mix this with your exam paper when you finish and give the entire envelope back to the examiner. You will also receive a sticker that you have to place on your exam once you're done. Make sure that you keep this sticker with you till your exam is over. Now, when you receive your question paper, don't scan the entire paper first. I see a lot of people do this and they get anxious and forget a lot of things because a lot of the questions look scary at first, but in general, they're not if you take your time and solve it. But when you scan and see the question quickly without solving it, you forget a lot of the theory. Now remember that your higher yield questions will be biology and chemistry, so make sure you get those right. Start with biology and chemistry questions first, and after that, do physics and maths. And finally, leave the general knowledge and logical reasoning questions for the end of the exam, because the chances of you getting them right is not really that high, and these questions take a lot of time. So solve the questions like biology and chemistry that have greater success ratio. The paper will not likely be stapled, and because of this, a lot of people forget that there is questions behind the paper. So I saw a lot of people forgetting to solve the questions that were behind the paper. Remember to check both sides of the page before you finish and give your paper to the examiner. And make sure you arrange the paper, because once you start solving questions, you will quickly lose track of which page you're on. So make sure you arrange the papers according to the questions. So solve a question and then put the front of the paper at the back side and then solve the next paper. Because when the paper is not stapled, it gets really messy really quick. Make sure that you put all of the papers in one place. Remember that you have 100 minutes, so make sure you use all of the 100 minutes wisely. Because I saw a lot of people solve and finish the questions really fast and getting a lot of the questions wrong. Make sure you spend enough time on each question, and make sure that you don't spend more than 3 minutes on a question. Now, if you finish your questions early, revise. But if you find a question that you couldn't solve earlier, don't try to make yourself solve it. This is what a lot of students did in physics and maths, which caused them to get negative marking. I myself finished the questions and got 20 minutes of spare time at the end. So I got tempted and started solving the maths questions. And I was planning on leaving the questions without solving them. But once I saw that I have a lot of time, I quickly started doing the maths questions wrong and lost a lot of marks in maths. So make sure that you don't try to convince yourself to solve questions that you don't know of. Leave the questions because they will give you negative marking. Remember that one question wrong is 2 marks gone, and one question left is only 1.4 marks gone. Make sure that you circle the answers first on the question paper itself and then put the answers into the answer sheet that you will get in the envelope. Remember to double check your answers, because a lot of the students that I interviewed in the exam hall got a few questions wrong on their answer sheet, even though they put the answer right on the question paper. Remember to match your question number and your answer number with the answer sheet and the question paper. Finally, realize that it's okay and that you did your best and it's all over now. Good luck for your exam and see you in the next video.